Hello fam, Ken Mills here once again with World of Comedy 5 Entertainment. So to give you the idea of what Unbiased is, we always see things on social media and also in the world where we wonder what is the thought process behind these idiotic things that people do. We're going to give an honest, unbiased opinion. So with that being said, we're going to cover several different topics. These topics will start from mental health, addiction, finance, incarceration, relationships. We're going to be truly unbiased this season. So remember, tune in at 8 p.m. Check us out on Boss Up Houston Network. Good evening, family. Ken Mills here with Unbiased once again. Tonight, we're going to have a very different episode. As you can see, we are celebrating tonight. We celebrating our success. We celebrating the wins, the small ones, the large ones. But most of all, we celebrating life. And as we go back into life, we see different things that we went through, and we look at the morals and principles that brought us through. So that begs me this one question. What is the old law? Who are the keepers of the old law? Now, some of you may know what I'm talking about, but for those who may not be aware, the old law is a set of code of ethics, principles, morals, and values that we all grew up under. We're going to go a little bit deeper into that tonight. But for this episode, I got a special gentleman to my right, good friend of mine. Once we get through talking, he's going to be a great friend of yours. Bring it to you now, T. Hoskins.
Hey, how you doing, baby?
What's going on, man?
How you doing today?
Man, I'm great, I'm great. Now, explain to the people what it say on your shirt.
Oh, okay. Well, my shirt say I have MRVS. And for those that don't know, I'll let them see if I can, That stands for morals, respect, values, and standards. That's something that I live by. I die by. It's a way that I was raised by my mother, and it's a thing that I'm trying to instill into my children and into our black community, into our youth, So I wear it, I represent it all the way to the fullest.
That's right. So that begs me to ask this question. What does the old law mean to you?
Man, the old law is like it's the foundation of this. You get what I'm saying? It's the way that people used to act, like how when our grandmothers would say, hey, when that street light come on, you need to be in the house. That's old law rules. You know what I'm saying? The whoopings in the home. When kids get out of character, they used to get fired up. That's the old law rule. Nowadays, there's new law rules where you can't touch them and you can't do this. Everything is you can't. Under the old law, you're going to do what you got to do to get through.
See, I was taught the old law at a special place. I grew up in 5th Ward. It was a juke joint called Green Oaks. Now, Green Oaks, they used to sell barbecue. They used to sell hamburgers. Everybody would go there, play pool, drink beer. But on a special night on Mondays, they have Blue Monday. They have Dollar Bill. And everybody would be in there. The whole neighborhood would come. And people from elsewhere come, and it'd be a live occasion. My cousin, Kenneth Straw, the rest of his soul, he used to DJ there. But before then, I probably about 14, 15 years old, and the proprietor of this establishment, Mr. Green, he sat me down and he said, look here, you're going to sit in this corner. I don't want to hear nothing from you, but I'm going to talk to you from time to time. And from that corner, what I learned was the principles and values that I built my life on. We're going to get a little bit deep into that a little bit later on, but T, where did you gain all of these principles and this code of ethics from?
Well, I say it started in the home, With my mother, she was a strong black woman and she ain't take no mess. And from there, when I grew up, and became the man that I am today, more or less, I hung around older gentlemen. I never been the type of person to hang around the crowd of my age, because I just saw a lot of nonsense come out of it, and there was no wisdom there, you know. So now I started putting myself in positions to where I could just hang with the older cats. Like I used to stay in Schulenburg, Texas, coming up in college. I stayed in Schulenburg for a while, and they used to have like a hole in the wall, you know what I'm saying? Shade tree little spot. All the older fellas come down, play dominoes, shoot shit, you know, kick it.
Right.
And so I go down there. I'm young, 20, 21, you know. I'm trying to see what's up, soak some knowledge up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, on how to go forward in life. You know, I felt like my peers at that time in that area, they just didn't have it. So I sat back, I learned, I listened. You know, old school tell you, man, you need to listen more than you talk. Genuinely. So from there, my father, you know, he did some things with me as I got older that put me on a different, I want to say, a different spectrum of life. And now it's like, without these things right here, you probably won't make it. As a black man, I'm 37. You know what I'm saying? Without these qualities, it's gonna be tough for you out here. You know.
Exactly, and that's why I'm seeing a lot of crashing happen. Like, I take it back to social media.
Okay.
So social media is a social media age. When we was growing up, it was the crack era. So the crack era had its own set of rules.
True.
Which was built on the old law, but it got perverted some type of way because you had the younger people that ended up being the elder because the older people was on drugs and they wasn't in control.
Yeah.
Now you got the social media where it's all about attention. So people getting away with stuff that would never happen way back. I seen something today. I seen this young boy. He went to Nipsey Hussle grave and spit on it. He went to a gang area in L.A. He went to Nicholson Gardens, put his pistol down, and spit on the pavement. Then he went somewhere else and poured urine on a mirror.
What?
So these type of things is going on because the youth is confused. The youth think that if you do outlandish things, that's going to gain them respect. The respect that I saw when I was young it was an older gentleman. I never forget his name. His name was Workhorse. Workhorse used to come in there every day at the Green Notes, have on overalls. And he had like a mesh baseball cap like he worked at a company somewhere.
Yeah.
He drive an old pickup truck. But Workhorse had to work. And he had that money. But Workhorse didn't look like that. Workhorse come there every day, drink his same beer, eat him a beef sandwich, play him a little pool, and he out the door. Or he get him a little woman, you know what I'm saying? That's the game. But I see it now. Everybody want to go to the club. Everybody want to go get a section. Everybody want to spend $1,000 just to show that they of a certain stature. And then they leave there with a bottle just like this. How much is the bottle cost? $20.
$25, something like that, yeah.
But they spending $250 for it.
Yeah, they spending $250.
That ain't the old law. Because they ain't never had no section back in no club.
Nah, they didn't have no section back in no club. And you know, these like you say, this social media era, that's the drug right now. You gotta realize attention is the drug that a lot of people are looking for. They looking for that attention. They want that praise. They want that oh, you the man status. And it's a lot of people that'll do anything. And we see it all the time. You'll do anything for the 30 seconds of fame. But like I tell somebody, man, my name mean more to me than that, brother. I represent something. When I leave my house in the morning and go to work or, you know, go away to take care of business, I feel like I represent something better than that. So I'm not finna go out here and play myself for no social media, for no likes, for no followers. I'd rather just keep it 100 with you. And if that's not good enough, then hey, brother, you live on, you go your way, I go mine. We ain't gotta intertwine, we ain't gotta do the shuffle. That's not necessary. You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's the reason I could for you. Now, I met you when I was out there doing my comedy. My comedy is pretty much me. Because I come from an aspect, I'm going to talk about the old school, I'm going to talk about the old law, and it all within my art form. You appreciated that, and I appreciated you because I saw it in you. The thing is, a lot of these folk that doing this art now, they'll do anything, like you say, to get on. There's been gentlemen that might get naked in front of people just to get to where they need to be. They might let somebody tap their backside to get to where they need to be.
Yeah, it's a bunch of them out there. It's a bunch of them out there.
But they can't fool you or I know.
Nah, but you know what? It ain't. I'm not even looking for you. You ain't gonna fool me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm looking to the individuals I hope to meet in life are the ones that's gonna bring the positivity, the growth, have new ideas, fresh set of mind, willing to put in the work, the effort. You know, because don't no bag fall out the sky. We don't go out and pick money off the trees. As if you know how our parents used to tell us that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't realized it as a youngster, but now that we grown and on our own, it's like, yeah, that's the true statement. So I'm trying to deal with individuals like yourself. I'm not downgrading anyone in specifics, but I'm not dealing with you if you don't have nothing to offer mentally. You got to have put some food on the brain. We got to be able to bounce ideas and share knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that in our community, under the old law, that's what which me and you live by, so that's what we kind of do. We try to bridge the gap. Because right now it's a big gap. Just think about it. Our youngsters, they running wild. Everything is bang, gang, bang, gang, bang, gang. That's it. Everything is gang, gang, bang, bang.
But see, I understand why it's gang, gang. Because they looking, okay. You ever seen the show Lost?
I might have caught an episode or two. You know, I can't.
I'm explaining to you.
Okay, go ahead.
People was on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
That plane dropped off into the Pacific Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Them people survived. And they was on an island.
Mm-hmm.
It probably about 40-some people. They was lost.
Mm-hmm.
They had to band together to survive.
True.
That's what the young people going through. They trying to band together to survive. That's their whole purpose. So they'll use the proximity of their mama house. They'll use a certain color in order to identify themselves. They're just looking for togetherness. And the problem is that the things that they run into, they don't understand. Like all this gang culture came from California. That's the old law rule. That came from California. They claiming streets they never seen before. Ain't nobody ever seen no Piru Street. Ain't nobody ever seen Hoover. And don't nobody know nobody on Hoover. Okay?
Okay.
Now, they doing all this and they ripping the flag and ripping the color. But then when it all boiled down to it, what you fighting for? You fighting a brother that look just like you.
True.
When you fight a brother that look just like you, he got the same problem you got.
True.
So when you kill him, he got a mama that's going to cry. He got children that's going to be fatherless.
True.
He got loved ones that's going to be with that. So why you even doing that for? And they doing that for clout too. So I would say, like you said, social media, I say clout is the drug because clout is a byproduct of low self-esteem.
Correct.
And I'll tell you why. Low self-esteem is if I'm shown that I'm not nothing, if I feel that I'm not nothing, I have to do something to show you that I am something. So if that means that I have to be aggressive, I show you a violent act for you to be in fear of me, that means that I have your attention. That means that you're going to revere me as a person that has the potential of doing something violent.
Correct.
When they do positivity, it's not lauded that way. I've seen many people, when a person graduates, they don't show love to the person that graduated, but let somebody come home from jail. They throwing them parties, they got barbecue, they got t-shirts, everything. Mm-hmm. We need to change our minds.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, that's the hardest thing for us to do as a culture because it's so much that's been pumped into us, bro. And I'm not a person that, you know, that wants pity.
No.
Ain't no pity party over here, you know. We gonna take our L's like we gonna take our W's with our chin up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So But right now, when it come down to our youth, bro, I see all the sag. I'm gonna use the sagging.
Mm-hmm.
So I see youngsters, they be sagging so tough, and I be in my mind, I want to say, brother, pull your pants. But I know that it's a very good possibility by me just saying that, just on some genuine, not even really trying to tell you what to do or be your father or nothing, just giving you some, hey bro, that ain't how we men, we kings, we don't rock like that. It could cause a whole nother debacle. So in those situations, I just don't say anything, you know, and I hate to not say anything, but I also know that, yeah, with everything, like we was just saying, with the bangs and the booms and the boom and the bang, and everybody got it these days, you know what I'm saying? You just never know how they would play out. So I just be quiet, more or less. But that's something that we shouldn't have to do, you know what I'm saying? We come from OGs that pull you to the side and tell you, hey, bro, you messing up.
Yeah.
I see you over there. You know what I'm saying? We don't have them no more. You know what I'm saying? Because when you try to tell some of these youngsters something, they going to take it, curse you out, and you know what I'm saying? Now it's going to be a whole nother spectate for the situation. And all you was trying to do is give them some knowledge. That's it. You know?
Man, it's a skit. I'm going to shout them out because I like these skits. It's called Uncle Hank and Big Lowdown. They from Chicago. I watched them and they're funny. That Uncle Hank character, just like my Uncle Vernon. And one of my OGs, OG Arbor in Fifth Ward.
Okay.
So it was a time in my life, I was dealing with a woman. I didn't know the woman was gay.
Okay.
Or the woman liked women that did that and other because she was doing with me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I found that and then I saw what she was doing, I felt bad. I mean, I felt bad. You know, I was crying. You know, I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? I was in my feelings like motherfucker. You know, I was at that same place at Green Nose eating a cheeseburger basket. Miss Clarice, R.I.P. She made the best cheeseburger bag with the finger fry. And I had a bucket of Heineken, and I dried my tears in the Heineken and sit in the corner and be like, God damn.
Listen to Neon Moon.
Yeah, crying like a motherfucker, you know. And so he come at me and say, that bulldagging bro got you bad, you know. Call mine, you understand? And so that my OG called, because they going to tell me, they say, man, you ain't your mama's son.
Yeah, because you acted like this.
You a sucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they corrected me when they caught me. That's why I roll with this to this day and to my present life, where I run into obstacles. I never falter and I never succumb to whatever emotion. Is because they taught me. They said, look, it's okay for a man to cry.
Correct.
But a man got to get up from that. A man got to do what a man got to do. Because the man is the navigator, the provider. He supposed to be the priest of his household.
Correct.
So if you not strong enough to handle them 3 roles, move to the side. And I refuse to move to the side because I'm not going to say I'm an alpha man. Maybe. But I'm damn sure not a beta. And a damn sure ain't no peon either.
None
so
of those.
When we in the old law teach you how not to be a peon. And when I say about peon, you think about a subservient person that's not of a certain stature or of a certain understanding.
Correct.
That's very true. There's a lot of peons out here. I look at most of the people you on social media, they peons to me. You know why? Because they may be very famous on social media, but when I go to Galleria, I don't see them. If I go to Atlanta, I go to Phipps, I don't see them. Your fame ought to match your money.
Yeah, it should.
If you out here,
if you out there like that.
If you out here and people say they know you, you need to have a little cho-cho.
Little cho-cho.
Little cho-cho.
Little cho-cho. You know, well, ain't nothing wrong with that, you know. And some do, some don't. You know what I'm saying? You have some that are genuinely trying to better themselves within the craft and using social media because it's such a big platform. They're using the hell out of it, which is cool. Get your money on. Don't let me be the one to stop you. But at the same time, you got some that'll just do anything for the person to press like. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a line. You know, everything under the old law, it's a line. And you got to always remember that when you're dealing with an individual, when you're dealing with a female, when you're dealing with situations, that you can't cross that line. And if you cross that line, you better be ready to do whatever comes with on being on the other side of that line. Because once you cross that line, it goes down. And I don't mean in your DM.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to be mentally player enough to know, hey, if I'm going to go ahead and cross it, I got to cross it. I can't be half-stepping. You know what I'm saying?
Because if you cross that line, number one, do you have bail money?
True.
Number two, do you have barrier insurance? Number three, do you have something put up so if you do go down, that you'll be able to handle for your family? If you don't have them three things, you need to stay out the way. You need to handle your business and not be in that lane.
Yeah.
Because, see, what people don't understand is, okay, my mom always told me, shit easy to get into or hard to get out of. People don't realize that. I look at your Crip Max, I look at your 6ix9ines, I look at all these different people that do things to agitate, but they don't have they self together to a certain point. Matter of fact, I don't care. Crip Mac, you did all these things, but you end up going to jail. And then they talk about you ain't had no bail. Then they finally let you out. And then when they let you out, your teeth knocked out. Because you got in there and the bigger gangster and then knock your teeth out. Now you up here trying to make me believe that you is a gangster. A gangster is not about doing this and doing that. A gangster is about, do you have yourself together? Do you have your life together to a certain point where you can live as you please?
That's gangster.
You putting yourself in a situation where the people always gonna have their hand on you. You on bond. You gotta wear an ankle monitor. You gotta go check in at the probation or parole office. That's not living. That's not gangster. What is you doing?
Nah, that's you correct on that. That is not gangster, you know. I listen to a lot of Ghetto Boys, right? Mm-hmm. So shout out Ghetto Boys, shout out Willie D, Scarface, R.I.P. You know. So they got a song on an album called The Declaration of War, I think that's the name of it. Mm-hmm. And they got a song called The Secret. The Secret.
That's one of my favorite songs.
That song is genuinely the game. It's telling you the game all the way through. You know, and the secret is to win.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? And when you go to try to win, sometimes you can't always win with the aggressive. Sometimes you gotta kill them with sugar and not salt. See, a person will eat sugar all day long. You know what I'm saying? But salt leave a bad taste in your mouth real fast.
Yeah.
Real fast.
Yeah.
So ain't gonna be no eating 2-3 tablespoons of that salt too much. Most people gonna eat 1 tablespoon if they, you know, and then they not gonna want to deal with you. You get what I'm saying? So I'm the type of person where I kill you with the sugar then. I kill you with the kindness. I give you the respect. I give you everything that you genuinely deserve because that's what I genuinely want back from you. Now do people always give it to you? Nah, but when you run into those that don't after you have, the old law say you don't have to. I don't have to ride with you. I can get away from you. Mm-hmm. I don't have to involve myself with you. I could genuinely just okay. I see how that played out. Do I not? I got a decision to make. Do I want to ride and cause a you know what I'm saying? Possibly get myself thrown in jail. Possibly get myself hurt you. Any of that. Or do I just want to, you know what, next time you see him, you don't talk to him.
Exactly. Because it's like this. Everybody talking about being players. Player is not dealing with a bunch of women that don't know each other. Player means that everybody is in a community. You dealing with a woman, she know you got friends. She might know that person. She ain't tripping because she all about you. Mm-hmm. Player is a noun or a verb. Either way you want to interchange it. A verb meaning your state of being. Mm-hmm. Like you did some player, right? Like the way you carry yourself, the way you dress, the way you operate. Mm-hmm. You player. They getting it misconstrued nowadays. Oh. Misconstrued. And see, Like I want to tell the youngsters, I'm like, look, y'all thinking that y'all breaking a woman because the woman taking care of you or you laying up on that woman. That ain't player.
Not at all.
That ain't play at all because you is a dependent. They got something for that on the taxes. When she claim her babies, she needs to claim you because you is a dependent. Okay? Man supposed to be a provider. Not monetary provider, but provider of game. And I said this on Tuesday on Sex Talk with T. Gray. I told her, I said, look, if the man don't have no money, he can impute wisdom upon his mate to where they can make money together. I'm not talking about pimping. Let's just say, your woman know how to cook real good. People like to ask her to make enchilada plates, ask her to fry chicken up for them, make Swedish meatballs for their baby shower with this, that, and other. Don't you know that's a business? You could, if you organize, right, you got the organization, she got the execution, you can help her get a business to where you handle the books and she do the cooking. And then you get her the route that she need to go to put the food on the table for the people and they give y'all the money. That's what I mean by impute wisdom. That don't even call for her pimping her out to another man. That's player. Player is taking care of your children. And, I know it's extenuating circumstance on child support. You can't, let's just say you don't get along with the woman. The woman break up with you, she on Medicaid, they going to automatically file on you. But you ought to be a strong enough man. You got children in this world. You ought to be able to get some money to go and give to them. And if they pull it out your check, give it to them. And if you had put that seed into them women, give it to them. Why you crying about child support for? You done laid down with the woman. Ain't nobody asked you to impregnate that woman.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up, bro. Because there's a lot of boys out here in the world that think, for one, the layup on the woman thing. Mm-hmm. That ain't fly, that ain't player, that ain't cool, that ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? When I meet an individual, male individual, and that's his shoot or his shot, I'm not talking you too long. I'm not befriending you because you cool with laying up on the woman playing the game. Let me tell y'all youngsters something real quick on one time. They're sitting at the house playing the game all day, Call of Duty, man. You can play the game. I ain't knocking the game, but there's a lot of people that play the game all day. They won't pick up a dish in the house. They won't do this. They won't do that. They won't work like they should, but they'll make time to play that game. If that game ain't bringing you no money, then you need to find something else to do with your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, my wife will tell you, I don't play no games. I got systems, but I won't play them. I go out, some days I have like a game craving. Oh, I want to play the new Resident Evil. So I, maybe buy games. I find the game, buy the game, start playing it for a little bit. Bro, I probably won't come back to that game for a whole year. You know what I'm saying? Because when I got dead time, I try to find something to focus on to get some money. At the end of the day, we gotta have the money. The money is what we use to take care of the ones we love and ourselves. So playing this game, unless you're ready to become the best player in the world, which most people that play it, not playing it in that retrospect. You get what I'm saying? They just playing it to pass the time. But you could be doing so many other different things while passing time. You could be using your mind to try to find a different way to grind. That's the bottom line. See, people look at me and they say, well, what you do for a living? I'm going to give you a game. I'm an Uber driver. I work at a casino company. I work for a marketing research company. I sell shoes. I'm starting a new company cleaning shoes and restoring bottoms, ices. Yeah, we icing bottoms. I might think of something. I own the Christmas lighting hanging business. You get what I'm saying? I try to do it all. I try to put all the tools I can in my toolbox on my own that I can control, that I got the final say so. So I know, hey, look, you call me tomorrow. Hey, T, I need these J's in this size. Boom, I'm gonna get on it right then. Let me source them. I'm like a shoe broker. So I say, let me source them. I don't take time to play games with people because games don't get you nowhere. This ain't the NFL when it come to us. You know what I'm saying? So we got to actually do what we say we going to do and be a man of that. Be a man of your word. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a man of your word, then who wants to do business with you? Who wants to deal with you?
Because, like, I even put it to you like this. I don't want the women to feel like we neglecting you either. Some of y'all neglecting the old law too.
True.
Like, every time I leave here, I go out. And I see women they out, and I know they got high school age children, middle school age children, but every time I go out, you out. Who raising your children? Is it the TV that's raising your children?
The phone.
That's right. Is it that phone?
The phone.
And then you wonder why you fought in your grandma. 40 supposed to be the years that your children, you empty nest and they growing their life, this, that, and other. It's not the time for them to be still in your house and bring another life into it. Then you got the ones that's out here on sneaky link business. That's out here on sneaky link business. You know, hey, if you're not being fulfilled at home, I understand, but tell them people that you ain't being fulfilled at home.
Big fact.
But don't come out here, do your thing, pollute the world with your problems and your toxicity, and then act like you above everything, like you Jesus. That's one thing I want to tell y'all, because when I go online, and you know I'm recently saying I'm divorced. A woman told me, she said, "You ain't healed yet." I say, baby, that's a cliche. Healed.
Healed.
If I get slapped in my face and it be a bruise, I'm a heal. If somebody shoot me in my foot will heal.
Yeah, in due time.
If something happened to me on the inside of my heart, that will heal.
True.
You understand? But you're not the judge of that.
True.
You're not the judge of that.
True.
So all you doing is making an excuse. Why you want to make an excuse for? Because you wanna play a game on me. You want to act like I'm vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that way, if you trick me into believing that I'm vulnerable, you could get me for my gusto. But the Lord got me. The Lord done healed me. Amen.
That's good. Shit.
Amen.
You know, and it's, we're going to talk about these women.
Yeah.
One time. I'm going to give it to you one time. And on the old law, you know, it used to be a time where you made a man want for you. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, it seems like it's a lot. I ain't going to say every, because that'll be the wrong word. But it's a lot of women that's ready to just skin up for social media. Oh, yeah, I'm going to show you these cheeks. I'm going to show you damn near everything. You know what I'm saying? And then they look at us and then be wondering why, like, they're single. Well, how do you expect me as a man? Yeah, you fine, you can be nice, and you can feel like, oh, this is just a job. But everybody done seen the goods.
But look, and everything fake. So if you got on the fake wig, you got on the eyelashes, you got on your face, you got cake batter on your face, and you talking about I'm real, I'm confused because that fake as hell. You look like a porcelain doll. You look like Bride of Chucky.
Well, makeup is the devil's juice for a woman.
But look, see me. My favorite movie was Django. And I'm gonna tell you why. Django crossed the ends of the earth to go get Broomhilda. Broomhilda ain't had on no makeup. Broomhilda hair was nappy as hell. But that man killed about 15 people.
Shit, more than that probably.
You see what I'm saying?
For real. He was serious.
He went knocked out Samuel Jackson.
He was serious.
Just so he can get old Broomhilda. You understand me? So most of us, I can't speak for T. I can't speak for the other brothers. But me, I like a woman that's in a natural state. Take that wig off. You know, if you got a little twig up there like Widget the World Watcher, it's okay. I love you. You know, I do my best work when you're in your natural state, when you got a little buckshot here. You know, it's okay. Because that's what the Lord intended. We are men and women out here. We are attracted to each other through pheromones. So through our pheromones, when you try to cover that up, you confuse me.
You confuse me.
You confuse me because you putting a whole layer of donut batter on your face.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's getting extreme in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? With the nails, like I be seeing some of these women these days with these nails, and I just be like, man, my wife come home with that, man. You gotta go take that monkey shit off. You embarrassing us. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Pimp C, R.I.P. baby. So yeah, it be odd. You know, it's not like how it used to be, and I can't expect it to ever go back because time evolves, things change, you know. But it would be nice. I ain't gonna lie, it would be nice if some of the standards on both sides, men's side and women's side, if some of the standards that were there then were still deeply rooted now, but they're not. Like opening the door for a woman. See, my mama raised a gentleman. You know, I'm from the South, Houston to be exact, Southwest to let you know. But my mama raised a gentleman, you know, and it have been days me and my wife, so then one day, me and my wife, we leave Razoo's in the fountains, and we going to the mall, First Colony. So as I'm getting on the freeway, I see a young black lady, she on the side, boom, tire issue, you know what I'm saying? So when I see her, I end up passing her. But then I double back on her, come back around, and I come help the lady, you know what I'm saying? And my wife, she looking at me, she like, well, why did you know? I'm like, because that's how I was raised. She, you know what I'm saying? This one out here by herself, stuck on the side of the road. Right. What's the right thing to do? Let somebody come over here that's going to try to finesse her or might try to harm her, or do you get out and do what needs to be done? So I got out, helped her with a tire, changed the tire for her, you know what I'm saying? So when I got done, she was trying to, you know, chum me some change for the look at. I'm like, I ain't gonna take that. I'm not gonna accept that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I did this genuinely because that's what my mother raised. Do what's right by an individual. You know what I'm saying? Do what's right by your fellow person. Black, white, green, or brown. You know what I'm saying? That's not too hard to do, but these days it seems like people don't want to do that.
No, because they grown to distrust. Everybody feel like somebody is after them. Like somebody gonna do something wrong to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way I grew up is like this. I'm guarded for a reason.
True.
So I'm paranoid. I won't never go over and help nobody. You know why? Because I think they're gonna rob me. You better than me. Now I'll go help an older woman. I ain't gonna help a young woman. I'll go help a older woman all day long. Like if an older woman, if it look like somebody gonna rob her or somebody done tried to put their hands on an older woman and he a younger man, I'ma jump in there full fury. But the young woman, I don't trust them because they got too many games and too many tricks they got going on.
True.
See, because what I understand is, and this is like some of the people that I'm acquainted with, they be in toxic relationships. The man and the woman be into it. The man might not have took too much off the woman and he might slap her. I go over there like Superman. I whoop him. I go to jail. She gonna be with him tomorrow and I'm still in jail.
What?
So what did I solve?
You know, and it's a situation standard.
Yeah.
With me, it's a situation. You know, in those situations, I was taught under the old law that they ain't got nothing to do with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Me and you, we ain't one day one, right? Mm-hmm. But if you got something going on that genuinely has nothing to do with me, I gotta let you handle your business. That's your business. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna pull you into mine, and I'm not gonna jump into yours. You let men be men. So if you absolutely have to feel like you got to do that, I can't save her. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Now, on the things that I can do, as a gentleman, I'll do, regardless of if I know you or not. I open the door for you. Come into the store, I hold the door for the, you know what I'm saying? Do just what the respectful things to do across the board. Yeah. Now, when it come to women, it be a lot of times, I ain't gonna lie, recently, I hate when I open the door for somebody. Let's say we're going to the store. I open the door for you. Now you know you ain't touched this door, but you ain't know how to say thank you. So it be making me want to tap you. Excuse me, sir. Hey, how you doing, ma'am? Did you open? You know how to say it? It's called thank you. Simple things.
But see, the respect level is gone down because it's been so many, how you would say, peons.
True.
Have littered the whole ecosystem. So they have a problem recognizing a real man.
True.
I went through this my own self, where it been problems where they didn't recognize me as a real man, but I fixed that. But the way you can fix that is, number one, if a person raised their tone on you and you hadn't, keep yourself even tone. There's no reason for you to argue. If you understand who you are and you know the situation, you don't have to raise your tone. You can let them be who they are and walk away. Because when you escalate things, that's how people end up in jail. That's how people end up with the police shooting you. Because I was always taught under the old law, as long as you make it home, you good. Like when the police stop you, you can't get mad. Them people stop you for a reason. If you got your license and your insurance, and you got your seatbelt on, you good. If you drunk, you out of line. If you high, you out of line. If you don't have your seatbelt on, you out of line. You got to take what come to it. And that's why it leads to accountability.
Yeah.
There's so many youngsters that's out here. They go for the clout. They go to be that person, that man, the big man. But then when the charges come down, they want to tell on everybody. All they need is a $100 bun and a Newport cigarette, and they're going to tell on everybody.
Yeah, they sure love it. You damn right. You know, but when you chasing clout like that and you, like, number one, if I do something, I did it. That's just, if we in the car together and it's in my pocket, I ain't pulling it out and hiding it under your seat.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? If I'm that type of guy, I gotta be willing to accept what comes with that lifestyle. Like everybody has a lifestyle. If you're a firefighter, if you're a policeman, if you're a D-boy, if you're a stripper, if you're a goddamn maid, if you're a janitor. You know what I'm saying? You know what come with each one of these. You know what I'm saying? Some good, some bad. So once you decide to do those things, once you decide to become a stripper, you can't kind of get mad. Oh, he drunk, he grabbing me. Well, you got your booty meat out everywhere, and you chose to be a stripper, so this might happen. This might happen. It's part of the game. You see what I'm saying? And snitching and all that people be doing these days, you know what I'm saying? Take your charge. Take your L. Sorry. I'm going to take mine like a G. Take yours like a G. You know what I'm saying? But when you tell on the next man, and this man could have had big things going on, and you didn't just shatter the whole generation, because this person was going to be the one to make things happen. But you done told on him. So now that whole generation he was going to be able to make things happen for, it ain't going to never happen. Why? Because you got caught and you told on him. But then he ain't get caught with you.
There have been many situations I've seen or been around where people kept their mouth closed and the charges went away. So what that means is, out of your lack of self-awareness, out of your feeble mind and scared nature, you giving them everything. But if you would have been quiet, nobody would have knew nothing. Because them people fishing, if they pick you up, they fishing, just be quiet. The lawyer would tell you to be quiet. The old law say, if you run encounter a law, be quiet. I don't know where you think you gonna be smart enough to outsmart a law. Most of these police went to law school, especially if they're lieutenant. They done went to law school. Most of them done graduated 4 years of school, but you still in you graduated high school, and maybe got your GED, or maybe didn't even finish it all, and you think you smarter than the average bear. Shut your goddamn mouth.
Man, let me tell you something about that too, though. on the flip side, laws ain't smart. Think about it. Half of the people telling. Laws don't really have to do very much work. The investigation, like how you see it on TV, I got to go over here and look for clues and all that. Most cases, man, they grab one close person to whatever was done, and they gonna tell. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they got something to lose in that situation. You know what I'm saying? If they saying, oh, you was part of it and you gonna go to jail for this time, you know what I'm saying? They gonna tell. It's I don't call it self-preservation, but that's kind of more or less what they look at it as. You know what I'm saying? Well, I had to take 6ix9ine. Let's use 6ix9ine example. 6ix9ine told on the whole game. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. I can't verify if some of the actions that he claimed the gang did to him and his people are true or not. You know what I'm saying? But you told on the whole gang. This boy came home and dropped a song saying, I rat, like that's something to be proud of. Bro, where I'm from, down here, Houston, Texas, South Side, we're not proud of that. You're not proud of being a man that told on others that probably didn't have nothing to do with what you had going on. You just know that they got their little thing going on, so now it's a way to get off of your thing to tell on them. We don't live by those codes. We don't live by those ethics. If you got to do all that, then don't be in the game. You know what I'm saying?
And one thing I'm going to say, Northside don't appreciate that either.
Oh, no, Northside don't appreciate it either.
Look, because when I was growing up, if you went told to teach anything, you going to get beat up. You understand me? And,
beat up, for real.
And now, as we grown, people duck and hide when they went told them people. See, because there's a such thing as paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
Your name will be on that paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
You can't outrun that paperwork. I've talked to people that I know that are in facilities. They say the paperwork beat the people before they get there.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole tank know if you done told. So all I'm saying is this. I had a show last year where we had Stiff as the topic. And my nephew, he say, ain't no guns in jail. So I want to tell the young people this. Put that gun down. Put your hands up, because at a certain point, you're going to have to put your hands up anyway. I'd rather put my hands up today than fight all my life in jail.
Big fact.
Because that pistol ain't going to be in there. You might win today. You might shoot you somebody. But guess what? When you go to jail, you might get a little knife. But ain't no pistol.
Nah, ain't no pistol now. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you know, jail ain't the place for us, man. We kings. Like I try to tell my youngsters, bro. I try to look at, you know what I'm saying, when I can. And I don't want to see the future that we do have going the same route we went as youngsters. Because don't get me wrong, I don't talk down as if I've never been you, or if I've never made ill will or unwise decisions. You know, because we all have. There's no perfection. But now that I'm older and I've had a chance to make those decisions and live through them and come out on the other side, I can genuinely tell you, nah, let's not do that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really tells, oh, man, you know what? I ain't got no money. I'm going to go buy some weed. I'm going to start trapping. Why do that, bro? You can go out here and be an Uber driver. You can go out here and do this. You can go out here and do that. You ain't got to have no boss. You control your own schedule. You can still make you some decent money. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have that look of the laws on your back. Is somebody going to jack me? Was the working it good? Is it going to move for me? How long is it going to move? I didn't put all my money into it. Now I got to hurry up and try to recoup to continue living. See, niggas think the game's sweet, but they don't tell you every part of the game. They just make it look good. Mm-hmm. So that's what got youngsters out here thinking that, oh, yeah, this is the way to go, but it really ain't. You know what I'm saying? You got a brain you need to be using at all times, because if you don't use it, you will lose it. And that's the truth of the matter. And I ain't saying lose it like you can't find it. You can lose it like, hey, I got myself into a situation and got shot. You know, I got a cousin, good kid coming up. He was a very good kid, athlete, star, from a little small town in East Texas. Mm-hmm. So one morning, you know what I'm saying, he probably about 19 years old, I want to say. maybe 20. Got one kid at the time. One morning, him and his friends go to the mall to pick up some shoes. They run into some other hothead, or somehow they run into some folks that I guess they had discrepancies with. One person, not my cousin, but one person in his entourage had a discrepancy with one person in another entourage. You know what I'm saying? So while they get their shoes, they leaving. They still yah. Next thing you know, the person in the other entourage, he ends up trying to shoot at this person and hit my cousin, killed him. Because they had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? He was just, they say it's the wrong place at the wrong time. But at the same time, bro, none of that was it worth it. Pulling the trigger is easy, but what comes behind you pulling that trigger, is it really worth it? That's my question, because there's so much death go on right now that it just has me at a state where it's like half this stuff y'all killing somebody behind ain't worth it. Let me tell you something. If a woman want to leave you, she don't want you no more, it ain't worth you killing her. You know what I'm saying? That ain't worth you killing yourself. You know, it be people kill the wife, kill the kids, kill everything, kill themselves. Why? Bro, that's part of life. You know what I'm saying? I would hope that my marriage stays pleasant, full, and prosperous and bright, but I can't call what tomorrow brings because I'm not a future teller. You know what I'm saying?
But see, I'm going to tell you what one of my OGs told me from the Green Note. OG Jarvis, rest his soul, he told me this. Everybody got their turn.
True.
Alright, now, I've been through that. Everybody got their turn. I've been in relationships where it was me for a little while. I was the greatest man of all time. And then it got sour. And I wasn't shit. You got to be ready for that.
Yeah,
but then you also got to remember it's 7 billion people on this earth. And if it's 7 billion people on this earth, maybe just one is out there for you.
Yeah.
So why are you going to throw away your whole life behind one person when there's 7 billion out there and you can go get whatever you want? You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is believe in yourself.
There you go.
Believe in yourself.
There you go.
Your mama taught you, and Jesse Jackson told you, I am somebody. And what he say? The Push Coalition, pray till something happens.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't praying no more. What y'all doing is y'all playing until something happens. Y'all playing out here till something happens. And then when you play till something happens, something gonna happen to you.
And then you don't want to play no more.
No, you won't play no more. You want to go call the big dog and tell everybody. See, I see a lot of crying and carrying on social media because somebody done wrong you. Somebody done hurt your feelings. I'm here to tell you, I done been through it all. I ain't cried not one time. Because I know where my whole trajectory and my whole path is going. That's why I come out here and I talk to y'all. The reason why I come talk to y'all is because I want to let y'all know I'm not the smartest person or the sharpest knife in the cabinet. I'm the person that done figured it out because I've been through it. There's some OGs that watch this show and they done been through it and they recognize and they relate to what I'm talking about. If you don't like what we talking about, this might not be for you. If you get upset, the shoe on the right foot. But at the end of the day, what I want y'all to do, I want y'all to recognize that we are not perfect. We don't have all the answers, but we striving for perfection. So I got one last question for you, T.
What's up, baby?
So T, if you want to tell the youngsters something, like if somebody would have told you 20 years ago that would have brought you to a different point in life, what would you tell them?
Oh, that's a good one right there. On some real man to man, I'd tell them, number one, stay in school. You know what I'm saying? Education is critical. And I ain't saying you got to go to college, but you at least got to finish the high school level. Stay in school. Don't be in school acting a fool. Learn all that you can learn. Number two is to always keep your mind open to new things. You know what I'm saying? There's not always going to be a formula for a problem that you can get the answer from. So you got to keep your mind open to being like doing this, doing that. Have your hands in different baskets. Don't have eggs in different baskets. You know what I'm saying? The more hustles you got, the more money you gonna make. And the goal is to make money and save it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to save it. You got to be disciplined. I tell you to stay disciplined, stay loyal, stay humble, keep your head up, and just give your best. Every day when you walk out your house, after you brush your teeth, get dressed, put your head on the swivel, keep your chin up and do your best and be a man of your word. Be a woman of your word. Those are the things that'll get you through the transition of life, because every day is a new transition to the next. And you got to get through one day to get to the next. You know what I'm saying? So I tell them just, keep your head up. Don't get fed up like how you said. And if you fall, stand tall and come back for more. You know what I'm about? These solos. You know what I'm saying? But that's real. Don't be afraid. That's another thing. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself to do better.
So this part of the show, I know I'm to come with my monologue, and I will. But I want to thank you for coming here.
I appreciate you for having me, brother.
Man, look here. We down by law.
Hey, by law.
You know that. Look, so everybody, we kind of talked about the old law. And there's a lot of things that we covered tonight. We covered the whole gambit. We covered relationships with our children. We also talked about relationships with women. We also talking about the man's order in the world. We also talked about things of if you are doing wrong, how you should proceed with it. So I want to leave y'all with this. See, when I was younger, I used to love Tupac. Tupac used to be my favorite rapper. And I always wanted to emulate Tupac. Tupac showed a lot of emotion. He was reckless, but he was guided in a certain point. People didn't understand the confusion that he made, but he had a plan. I always wanted to be like him. Pimp C. I love Pimp C. Pimp C was the type of person that told you that what was on his mind. And he was very emotional. One thing I learned in life as I got older, less emotion is better. Emotion is a guide that shows people your vulnerability. Those two gentlemen that I brought up to you, they were great men. But they succumbed due to the vulnerability that they showed the whole world. If you want to be a fortified body, a solidified body that's unpenetrable, nobody can penetrate you. Don't show any vulnerability. Sometimes in life, you have no choice but to show a little bit of emotion because you're a human being. But that shouldn't be your compass. People will upset you. People will say negative things about you. People will do wrong things to you. Mm-hmm. But what you have to do is stand firm. Stay stiff. And stay on your path. And guess what? God will bless you. I know this for a fact because I've been going through this entire year. God has blessed me because I did not use emotion to guide my path. So what I want to impress upon the entire audience, life is a chess game. We got these bottles out here. Don't be swayed by the bottles that's out here. Think of these bottles as if they're pieces on a chessboard. This my king, this my queen, that's my pawn. What's my next move? Learn the game of chess and learn what your next move is. Until next week, we'll have a great episode, but I want y'all to think about that. If y'all have any questions, hit me in the inbox or reach out to me directly. This is Ken Mills here with Unbiased on Boss Up Houston Network. We'll see you soon. Hello fam, Ken Mills here once again with World of Comedy 5 Entertainment. So to give you the idea of what Unbiased is, we always see things on social media and also in the world where we wonder what is the thought process behind these idiotic things that people do. We're going to give an honest, unbiased opinion. So with that being said, we're going to cover several different topics. These topics will start from mental health, addiction, finance, incarceration, relationships. We're going to be truly unbiased this season. So remember, tune in at 8 p.m. Check us out on Boss Up Houston Network.